Hello everybody, thank you so much for stopping by my channel. My name is Goretti. If you're new here, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today I want to talk about fear. So I have noticed over the last couple of years that a majority of my clients are coming to me for fear, anxiety, overwhelm, stress, depression as well, but lots of anxiety. Okay, so where does anxiety come from? That is actually based in fear. Okay, so depression is anger turned inward, and I'll do another video on depression, but anxiety is fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of something specific. Okay, and what is fear? A really good acronym is false evidence appearing real. It's not real. You are imagining it in your mind. Sometimes, yes, okay, we do have the fight or flight response or freeze if you're being faced with, a tiger that wants to eat you. Of course, you're going to be afraid. That's real. That tiger is going to eat you. But in today's world, the majority, not all, but the majority of our fears are based in false evidence appearing real. Okay? That's what's causing anxiety. And this whole pandemic that we've been through, that created a huge other pandemic, which was anxiety, because we were constantly, fear based. We're constantly put in this fear. This is why I tell people, if you're going through any kind of anxiety, if you're dealing with fears, please stay away from the news, social media, any kind of, scary movies, especially like we're going into Halloween season here, or we are in Halloween season. Don't watch scary movies. Don't go to scary stuff. That just creates more fear within us. That brings up that fear response within us. So it's not really healthy if you're dealing with any kind of anxieties. So fear is kind of like, that child that's scared because they're like, they see a shadow and they're like, oh my goodness, it's a monster. There's a monster in my room. And you turn the light on and you're like, it's not a monster. It was just, the shadow of your toy that's sitting on the counter, right? It's not real, right? So how do you deal with fear? First of all, we need to know what the root of the fear is. Or dealing with anxiety, we need to know the root fear. What are you afraid of? Say it out loud, write it out, tell someone like a counselor, right? Tell a friend, actually go within and think about what is fear, right? What's this fear that I'm feeling? What am I truly afraid of? Be honest with yourself, because awareness is key. So once you're aware of the fear, then we can do something about it, right? Then you're going to have to face that fear. And once you face the fear, that's how you overcome it. You face it and you're like, wow, I'm still alive. I'm still okay. Everything's still okay. Nothing fell apart. I faced it, and actually it wasn't as bad as I thought. Because guess what? We are creative as human beings. And this is what separates us actually from being an animal and being a human, is that we have this creative mind, we have imagination, we have this consciousness, and so we can imagine things. This is why we have like amazing, artists and books and movies and all of this, is because we are really creative, right? Which is such a beautiful gift to have. But it also can be to our detriment when it comes to, being afraid of something. When it's in our mind, envision it kind of like being like a balloon where you're blowing it up and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So what we want to do is, awareness is key, because the awareness of what is it that you're imagining, what's the worst case scenario, what are you so afraid of? You look at that, and then guess what? Facing it is basically just poking a hole, right? In that balloon. It is looking at that fear in the face and saying, what am I afraid of? What am I really afraid of? Okay, let's look at this. Let's envision this. Let's, we can role play and see, like, how's this going to play out? And 9 times out of 10, just even saying it out loud and you hear yourself or you tell someone else, sometimes when we're really afraid of something or something's worrying us or bothering us, and we tell a friend or a counselor, and as we're saying it out loud and we're hearing ourselves say it, we're like, oh man, that was really stupid. That just doesn't even sound good, me saying it. But it sounded way better when it was in my head. And that's because we're imaginative, beings as humans. And so you've created this huge imagination, you're blowing this up like a balloon. So let's face the fear. You need to first figure out what is the fear, and then we're going to face it, and that's poking the hole. And guess what? The balloon deflates. Fear gone. Okay? And sometimes, yeah, we got to do this over and over again. But that's fear, that's anxiety, that's what that's all about. Of course, this is really simplified to be able to fully deal with this. If you want to work with someone like me, I would love to do that. And we can deal with the anxiety and those fears for you. Anyways, that's all I have for this video today. Thank you so much for sharing this time with me. Please like the video if you haven't already done so. Share it with somebody that you think might help. Subscribe to my channel if you already or haven't already done so. I would love to have you here, and hit the bell icon button so that you get notified of new videos that I post. And yeah, as always, thank you so much, and I wish you all peace, love, and light. Until next time, bye-bye.